What's up, my dear boys and girls, it's your Ranger Boy here, and welcome to the last ever episode of Ash Ketchum as the main protagonist of the Pokemon anime. And the whole day at work, I could think of nothing else but Ash's final spotlight. I got really emotional, to be honest. I felt so many different things all at once, and by the time I started watching the episode, I already felt like crying. Until I finished the episode. How do I describe this episode in the best way possible? Do you remember all the final episodes of each and every Anime season, where Ash basically just returns home for a while until he decides to change his clothes and then starts a new journey? That's basically what this episode was in a nutshell. The most interesting aspect was when Gary actually confronted Ash and asked him about what he will do next after becoming a world champion and what his next step will be towards his Pokemon Master goal. Right after that, Ash seemed very aimless, without any certain goal in mind, until he had a dialogue with his Pikachu about his definition of a Pokemon Master, and that it's not really about gaining trophies and becoming the strongest, but more so about creating memories and bonds with all the Pokemon and friends that he encounters. So in short, the things that we as a fanbase have been saying for literally years now. And his final resolve ended with Ash and Pikachu witnessing a rainbow on the Pokemon horizon. I'm sorry guys, I know it's too early. Anyway, with Ash and Pikachu witnessing a rainbow, which by the way, very nice touch, since Ash and Pikachu also witnessed a rainbow, and also Ho-Oh during episode 1. Also, some other interesting things. 2 weeks ago, everybody was making such a fuss about Team Rocket breaking up, giving up on Pikachu, and going their separate ways. And even 2 weeks ago, my mindset was like, shit, here we go again. How many times did we had the situation where there was an internal struggle within Team Rocket, they broke up, only to reunite? Who in their right mind actually believed that? Of course, they reunited after a while. Not a surprise at all. But hey, at least we have the surprise return of Ash's Pidgeot. And now after all these years, Pidgeot is rejoining Ash's team. In my opinion, the most random thing ever, but still very nice, I guess. And after all that, Ash does what Ash does best, puts some new shoes on and starts a new journey while Team Rocket is chasing after him. Don't get me wrong here, I still was emotional, because this is indeed the end of an era and the end of Ash as the main character. But it's not really a definitive ending of Ash. My initial feeling of sadness and emptiness that turned into confusion and slight amusement. Well, and that's because this episode doesn't really feel like an ending or a final chapter of Ash, but instead, like all the past final episodes of every generation, it feels more like a setup for a possible Ash return. Sure, he might not return as the main character of the franchise, but the rather open-ended nature of this episode almost guarantees a return of Ash. Maybe this is the anime's way of saying this is not a goodbye, this is just a break from Ash, and that in the meantime we can enjoy the new characters until the time is right for our forever 10-year-old boy to return. So I was prepared to say my final goodbye towards Ash, but instead of that, I will say this. Goodbye, Ash. To be honest, man, it was an honor to have you as a main character for so long. And a lot of us, including myself, grew up watching you and witnessing all of your adventures. It's really a shame that your time in the spotlight is gone, but I'm also really glad that you give the franchise a chance to start something new. And to be honest, I'm really excited for the new characters. But still, I'm very thankful for everything that I learned from you, and I'm thankful for all the great times you gave us. I think there's no fan in the entire world who will ever forget you, and you will have our eternal gratitude for everything you have done for the franchise. That's what damn sure. But for now, rest well. Enjoy your next adventure, I guess. Meanwhile, we will surely have some fun with the next generation as well. But one thing is for certain. This is a goodbye, sure. But it's just a goodbye for now. Until we meet again, my friend. And I'm sure we will meet again. But still, thanks for everything, Ash. You indeed were the very best. Like no one ever was.